When I first started, I came out to LA in 1998 with no experience working in the TV and film industry. I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Don't you have a degree in theater?
To be or not to be.
Yeah, but you can have a strong theater background, but when it comes to working on camera, that's a whole different world. I've been able to be on 45 television and film projects. I had 9 seasons working with The Closer and Major Crimes. I've had several recurring roles on TV shows. So how did I get there? Everybody's thinking, oh, it's just your theater background.
Well, guess what?
I'm going to be here today to show you what it takes to become a working actor in Hollywood without any experience in TV and film. Welcome, folks, to Act for a Living. I'm your host, Ransford Doherty. And before we get started, hit the like and subscribe button. And then I want you to answer these 4 important questions. 1, do you want to have a great life or a great acting career? 2, why? You only got to pick one side. Would you rather have a great life or a great acting career? And then explain why. Number 3, write down the things that makes up a great life. What makes up a great life? What makes up a great acting career? Write that down for number 3. And number 4, which side is fulfilling? Which side fulfills you the most? Okay? Answer those 4 questions and put them in the comment section. The reason why I had you answer those 4 questions, because that's going to impact the goals that you are going to write down. Yes, folks, you are going to write down your goals. But when we write down our goals, instead of us putting I want, and this is a shout out to Sam Scalamoni, who informed me about this and taught the whole class when he came down from Broadway to share, what steps he took to fulfilling his dreams. He said, look, when you write your dreams down, I want you to use action words. We're not going to start out with I want this, I want that. We all want. But there's a difference between people who want, and then there's people who actually take the necessary steps. I'm going to say that again. There are people who want, and all of us want, and then there's a group of people who actually demonstrate and take the action to make it come to fruition. Okay? So I'm going to show you a goal list I wrote in 1997 in a class. It's not even my piece of paper. It's a friend's piece of paper that I borrowed, and I was like, let me get a piece of paper. And I borrowed his pen. I was like, so I can write down anything. Yes. And I wrote down my goals, and you're going to see the things that crossed my mind and what I deep down felt like this is the action I want to take. Then I'm going to show you a video of what happened after I wrote those dreams down, and it's beautiful how once you take the steps, what opportunities pop up. All right, here is my first goal list written March 19th, 1997. I signed it. Now, as you can see, I have short-term goals and the age I wanted to achieve the goals. And look at the action words. Audition, 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 get a car, contacts, make myself known, make sure I keep God in my whole life through, and stay fit, read books, practice monologues, read plays. I haven't even graduated college yet. I'm supposed to be graduating college December 17th, 1997. I didn't have a car. I didn't even have an agent or a manager at all. I was unknown. There was no Facebook. That didn't exist. Instagram didn't exist. But then I said I want long-term goals. Here are my long-term goals. A result I wanted to have was I wanted to be making a living with acting. I'm on a TV network, drama, sitcom. I'm working in movies where I've made a name for myself. Success in the industry. Make sure God is still in my life and I still live my life through Him. Be in a position to help others in a big way. I'm here right now helping you. Once again, I did not expect to be, on Zoom out. That didn't exist. That wasn't part of my vocabulary. YouTube was not part of my vocabulary. Facebook, Instagram, none of that existed at this time in 1997. But something said, I want to be in a position to help others in a big way. So, actors, I really want you to take how important it is to write your goals down and then take the necessary steps to make them come into fruition. Okay? This is the contract you make with yourself. As soon as I finished writing my dreams down, something happened on TV a few months later after graduating from college that facilitated in helping my dreams become a reality.
Another phone call. Ransford, you're on BET tonight.
Yes, hello. Michael, the reason why I'm calling, I just graduated from Longwood College, and I'm trying to pursue a career in acting. And I'd like to know, for up-and-coming young black actors, how would they go about making it in the industry at this time?
Okay. One thing I would always say is if you understand acting as a business, if you understand this is a business first, it can shave years off of your quest. Because when you just put yourself in the mind of a producer, you know that every role, every character is there for a certain reason, and you're selling your project. It all comes down to that. And sometimes actors will come in and they'll think about a character that they want to, you know, say this character is supposed to be zany, and his existence is only to offset the main character. And so he fits between the main character and the straight-laced guy. And so what actors do, they make the mistake of trying to make this zany character very complex, thinking as if the whole script or movie is about that particular character. No, he's there to offset certain other things. And if you understand that that's what the view of the producer is, we need a guy for that.
How did you go from being a school teacher to acting? Was it always your plan?
Well, you know, it always flirted with me, the acting. I always enjoyed it, but I really didn't take it seriously. I was like, I wasn't crazy about that whole acting thing, and a lot of the actors kind of, I thought they were, you know, they had a lot of reasons why they wanted to be actors, but I just knew I enjoyed it, and I'd just be a bitter parent in the future if I just say, oh, you know, I could have done this, you know, I had a chance to do this or that, and not went for it. So when I looked at it that way, I didn't have a choice. I was going to try to find out if it was going to work or not.
We'll talk to you more about that when we...
Now, you got your goal list. You're like, all right, I'm set. Now you actually have to take action. So when you come to Hollywood with no experience in TV and film, this is what you got to do. 1, take acting classes. Yes, folks, you're going to have to take acting classes, but be specific on the type of acting classes you're going to take. Some classes focus on auditioning. Yes, auditioning for TV and film. And there's another class on auditioning for commercials. So you're going to have to take commercial workshops. You're going to take auditioning for TV and film classes. Those are different types of styles of auditions because, folks, you can have the greatest acting skills all you want, but if you don't know how to audition to work that room, then, oof, that's an obstacle you got to learn how to overcome. Okay? So you're going to take acting classes, but again, you're going to take audition classes for commercials, audition classes for TV and film. And if you have a class that does both, great. Also, take acting classes that allow you to work in front of a camera. I'm going to say it again. Take acting classes that allow you to work in front of a camera. The reason why I bring this up, you're going to be doing all this auditioning. And then what happens is when you actually book a role on a TV and film, you're going to be like, when was the last time I was in front of a camera? But if you're in front of a camera when you're taking your acting classes and auditioning class, like, you're comfortable. It's nothing new, okay? So that's the thing where I've noticed with a lot of series regulars, with the 9 seasons I was on The Closer and Major Crimes and all the TV shows I worked on, the advantage that series regulars have and recurring characters have of constantly being in front of that camera daily, after a while, you're like, I'm comfortable in front of it. Okay, and it's just like that relationship. So taking classes where you're working in front of a camera are awesome. That will be beneficial to you. Now, there are also other classes you can take. You can take stage combat classes. You can take dialect classes. You also can take voiceover classes. Yes, that's another part of Hollywood that some folks are like, yo, I never thought about that. Why am I so focused on just TV and film? But voiceovers are part of that world, okay? Next, there are improv classes, folks. Improv classes, that's another way of working on using that imagination, creativity. You might even develop a strength with writing, okay? So that's why this focus on, I'm just here to be an actor. Well, there's so many different types of acting jobs you can participate in Hollywood. And you never know what your journey may be, but why limit yourself? Okay? Again, you have acting classes, different types, okay? Then you got voiceover classes, you got improv classes, you got stage combat classes, you got different dialects you're going to learn. And what's going to happen is you're going to find where you fit in. Some folks may go, you know what, after taking all these classes, I realize I love voiceover. I'm going to work on that portion of my career. That's the part I want to work on, okay? Some folks may say, you know what, I love stage combat. Yo, I want to be a stunt person. You go all out. I'm a fan of pick something that you're strong at it and go for it. Pick something that you're strong at and go for it, okay? I love acting, TV, film, commercial. Wow, I love that. That's was my strength, and I went for that. Now, there's some folks who may go, well, I want to come out here for print work. Hey, whatever you feel like is your strength where you can shine, so be it. But I'm telling you, this was all about how to become an actor in Hollywood with no experience working in television and film, okay? So that's what's going to be key. I was a stage actor. And what I noticed the huge difference was the subtlety. Okay, I was so used to the stage, got to be, have that energy. You know, you're performing for a huge crowd. Even with my hands, I had to make sure it's like, okay, I got to look, is it in frame? Okay. And what I realized, I was used to being so big, like, that it was like, no, you got to learn to bring it down. You have to learn how to trust yourself. And it's this different type of trust that you end up having with yourself, recognizing that you are enough. Now, folks, I know what you're thinking. So I'm taking all these acting classes because that's the first step, right? That's what you took, Ransford. Yes, I took acting classes, okay? I had to understand what casting directors were looking for. But I also realized it's about relationships. And the reason why I bring up relationships is if you come into this business with no experience, how do you expect the casting director to trust you when they put you in front of a big producer, the writers, the creators of these shows? Okay, you have to show them, since you have no experience, that you got knowledge, you understand what's going on. If you're waiting for people to sit there and go, oh, yes, it's a big audition for this big director, but you have no experience, we'll just walk you through it while we're doing this now. No, you have this thing called competition, okay? And folks are coming in prepared. Okay, there's a group of people out there, I should say a grip of people out there who are hungry, that want to show folks like, I've been here for quite some time, I'm ready, okay? I'm ready to shine. So you coming out here with no experience, you better show them that you have experience, okay? And that you can be trusted. It's all about developing that relationship, okay? Your agent has to feel comfortable with bringing you in front of casting as well. Okay, so that's why it's about relationship. That's why if you have no experience, get experience. And from that, you can grow. The second step, after taking these acting classes, now you got the acting classes, you're like, yo, I'm ready. Headshots, headshots, headshots. I told you, you are dealing with competition. I'm not lying. You need a great headshot. Great headshots are going to be key. And in fact, let's take a look at the competition. okay? And that's just to name a few of my favorite photographers. There's plenty more in Hollywood, but I want you to see the competition, and you're gonna be like, okay, I really have to come correct. So that agent or casting director can go, okay? Because what's gonna happen is you have no experience. Remember, this video is about how I became a working actor in Hollywood with no experience in TV and film, okay? The third thing now that we've gone over headshots, I am a fan of having a manager and an agent. Yep, I said it. Okay. Do you need both? No. But I like having both. So you're going to need representation. Now, if you feel like I do not want representation, I can do it myself. It's totally understandable. You can work the breakdowns. You know, you're going to basically be your own agent and submit yourself. But I love having a manager and an agent. I have my reasons. I also have a course called Actforaliving. When you sign up, I explain my reasons why I love having talent agents and a talent manager in my life. They've been awesome. Okay? Representation is key because they get me out there. Okay? And then I can focus on my craft, which is making sure I'm prepared for my auditioning. I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 years in LA, woo! That's why I asked you, do you want to have a great life or a great career? Because you're going to go through some tough times. You're going to go through some struggles. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. And if you're willing to make those sacrifices, then it's about the relationship you create. So when you look at that goal list, which you will be looking at your goal list, you can be like, am I still taking the necessary action to get where I said I was going to get, or become the person that I said I was going to become? That was what was all about. Because remember, it was in your head. It was just an idea. Your job is to make it real. And then when it happens, you're going to be like, wow. Now, is it glamorous? No, folks. But it's the best decision that I feel like I ever made. And I wish you nothing but the best in becoming a working actor in Hollywood when it comes to working with TV and film. Take care. Stay blessed.